In this episode, Auditor News Now, aka Michael is standing outside Hull police station filming with a friend when officers arrive and immediately reach for powers they clearly don't understand. Details are demanded under Section 50, without the legal threshold being met. And when Michael calmly pushes back with facts, the response is a reflection. It's a threat of arrest. Instead of backing down, Michael does what these officers never expect. He documents it properly, turns it into a civil claim, and hands it straight to H&K solicitors.
Just had reports from some members of the public from the front counter that was feeling a bit harassed. Obviously by you being in and out of the front counter.
We haven't been in and out of the front counter.
Alright, obviously we've got vulnerable victims.
We haven't been in and out of the front counter.
Just let me explain.
No, let me explain. We haven't been in and out.
We've got vulnerable victims in and out of the police station that are feeling a little bit harassed by you filming around the station. Right, can I just take your name and your address,
I'll give you my name on one condition.
No, I'm asking you.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, and I'm replying, I'm saying, you get my name and address on one condition. You take that gang sign off.
What gang sign?
That gang sign there.
That's not relevant to why I'm here, is it? Just get your name and address, please, on Section 50 of Police Reform Act.
Do you believe that I'm committing antisocial behaviour right
at this moment, yes, so that's why I'm required to provide your name and your address.
What grounds? What makes you think that I'm committing antisocial behaviour?
Especially recording at a police station.
That's recording at a police station is not antisocial.
Right, guys, we've been told, and we've had information from the front counter, that people in there waiting to be seen by officers, victims of crime, are feeling harassed by your behaviour at the front counter. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm telling you what the information is. You've asked me.
This is a complete misfire of Section 50, and the officer gives it away in his own explanation. Michael and his friend aren't filming victims. They're filming police. Filming a police station from public space doesn't become harassment just because someone inside the building might feel uncomfortable. Harassment requires conduct directed at a person, not the passive act of recording a building. Michael isn't approaching anyone, following anyone, or interacting with vulnerable people at all. The idea that filming a facade somehow harasses unseen individuals inside a station stretches the word beyond recognition, and it certainly doesn't meet the legal threshold needed to start demanding names.
They're feeling harassed, okay.
So you should go and explain to them
we are going to speak to them in a
moment.
Illegal.
It's not harassment, and you are abusing Section 50 right now.
I'm not abusing Section 50.
Yes, you are.
I require you under
West Yorkshire Police are going to court
to provide your name and your address. What is your name, sir?
You'll be next. You'll be next.
What is your name, sir?
What's the details of Section 50 that requires me to give my details? What's the wording of the law?
Uniform is required. You are required to give your name and address to a constable in uniform if we believe you're acting in an antisocial manner.
And what's the belief that we're committing an antisocial behaviour?
The information that has been passed. You're asking me a question. Let me respond.
Okay, so let's have a conversation.
So that is any person that is not in the same household. Okay, I'm quite happy the people that are feeling alarmed are not from your household.
Correct.
So, under that act, as you well pointed out when I turned up, I require you to provide your name and your address.
Also under that same act, you have to have reasonable suspicion that I am committing antisocial behaviour.
So I require, if you fail to provide those details, you can be arrested.
Where's the reasonable suspicion?
Why I'm asking you one more time. Excuse me, I'm not talking to you, sir. I'm asking you one more time to provide your name and your address.
If I'm required to do so,
failure to do so, you can be arrested.
If I'm required to do so by law, then I will. But just before I do, I would like to know what the grounds are that you suspect that I'm committing antisocial behaviour.
I've explained that to you already.
Michael tells him outright the power is being abused, and instead of reassessing, the officer doubles down. He starts throwing out vague phrases like any person not from the same household being alarmed, as if that magically satisfies the law. It doesn't. Section 50 doesn't activate, because someone might feel something. It requires an actual public order offense, or a real evidence risk of one. The arrest threat is the clearest admission that this isn't about safeguarding anyone inside the station. It's about forcing compliance. Give me your details, or you'll be arrested. Isn't law enforcement here, it's coercion. Section 50 becomes a blunt instrument, not to address disorder, but to punish refusal.
Name, please,
No, there's no grounds. You don't have grounds.
You don't have grounds.
What is your name?
But out of fear of arrest and threat of violence...
I have reasonable grounds to suspect, and I've explained that.
No, you don't.
So I am asking you now to provide your name.
Out of fear of arrest and threat of violence, I will provide you my details.
Right, is there anything I can reasonably do for you to provide, under the Police Reform Act, your name and your address?
You could provide me with reasonable grounds, but like I've just said, under threat of violence, fear.
Definitely threat of violence.
I've explained that.
Fear
I'm going to
and
ask you one more time. And
let me just
your
finish
name
and then I will.
Your address.
Out of threat of violence, fear and duress, I will give my details under that section unlawfully.
What's your name, please, sir?
I'm going to film every single member of public going in that building now.
Michael.
Michael. And your last name?
Listen, Michael.
Right, I do apologise because the radio's talking to me here. We've got cars
quite
pulling
rude
in
to us
now.
though, guys. You've
So, Michael, what is your last name?
I'm just giving you it.
I'm asking you again.
Hey, listen, you're really rude.
No, you're rude.
No, you're rude.
no,
You're
no.
rude because you're abusing section 50.
Powers, mate. You're rude.
We're not the ones that's shouting
Michael.
here.
No, you're
What is
abusing
your
powers,
surname?
mate. You're very rude. You don't
I just
abuse
told
police
you.
powers.
I'm asking you again because I didn't hear you.
Well, that's your problem, not mine, isn't it?
Michael gives his details for one reason only. The officer has backed him into a corner with an arrest threat. That's not cooperation. It's submission. When liberty is put on the line, people comply to avoid being dragged away, not because the demand is lawful. Then the second officer calling Michael rude is pure audacity. Michael gives a surname. The officer fails to hear it, and instead of correcting himself, he reframes Michael as difficult. That's not accidental. It's narrative control. When officers realize a power has been stretched too far, they often switch to tone and attitude to justify what just happened. Label the person rude, awkward, or obstructive, and suddenly the abuse of Section 50 gets buried under character judgment.
Michael, I'm not playing games. I'm asking you for your surname, please.
I've given you it. Under the section of law that you've stated, I've already given you my surname.
Right, and I couldn't hear you because of the vehicles coming in the gate.
Are you recording?
Right, what is your address, Michael?
Do I have to give my address under that section?
Yes.
I don't know your date of birth.
You never asked me for my date of birth, and I'm not
Don't need
required to
his
give
date
my
of
date of
birth.
birth under that section of law. And this man knows that, that's why I didn't ask.
Guys, you're dismissed. Have a nice day. You are dismissed. We no longer require your services. You're very rude. You came over and abused your powers, talking about antisocial. We're not antisocial. We've been perfectly fine. We've not spoken to one single person. And you know, when I speak to professional standards later, they're going to confirm everything like they always do. All right, I get complaints upheld. We've got 3 civil claims against police forces across the United Kingdom because you're corrupt. Why is there so much police corruption, police abuse? There is, mate.
Why do you always abuse
right,
section 50?
Do you know what, right? Do you know what? You're quite reasonable, you. You are quite reasonable, mate. The way that you hold yourself and the way that you've been speaking to us, but do you know him? He's a bully boy, him.
How would you feel if people start recording at the station? You know, it's not right. It's not the right thing. So we, like you said, like this like
is that in
private
your
people
opinion or in
in.
law? Because in law it says that we can do this, but in your opinion it says we can't.
Exactly,
so you abuse section 50 because of your opinion, because of your ego, and because of your feelings.
Thank you. There you go, Michael. We act within the boundaries of the law, and we know.
He drops law entirely and switches to opinion. How would you feel? It's not the right thing. That isn't a legal test. It's a moral lecture, and Michael nails it instantly. The law doesn't ask officers how they'd feel if they were on the other side. It asks whether the conduct is lawful. Officers are trained to apply objective standards, reasonable suspicion, specific offenses, identifiable victims. None of those rely on empathy hypotheticals. When officers lean on how would you feel, it's usually because they can't point to a power that actually applies. Michael calling that out matters because it shows the difference between what the law allows and what an officer wishes people wouldn't do.
We said on the beginning of this video, which is going to show, we're at Hull Police Station today, right? And we're going to show you guys today if Hull Police Station want to abuse the powers of the Section 50. And I said that before I even spoke to you guys.
Right, guys, I've got your details. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll run
have a
you
nice
through.
day. You're dismissed, guys.
Okay, so
We don't need your
You're
advice.
dismissed, guys. Thank
no,
you.
your advice is,
You don't
gents,
abuse
I'm asking
anybody.
you
dismissed.
Your advice is don't abuse anybody. Don't be brutalising members of public.
Stop abusing section
Yeah,
50.
don't do that, mate, because it happens
no.
frequently, all right? And people are scared of that
certainly
uniform.
don't within this force.
Yes, it does, mate. I would only
So
up
what
here
I'm
for a week
advising you both,
reporting
gents,
on
okay, it's word of advice.
Humberside police officers. I was
Is
only
to
up here
stay
last
away
week
from the
reporting
gate,
on
stay
corruption
away
at
from
Humberside
the front.
I'm
police.
off in front office right now,
Okay.
mate. What are you
I'm
going to do
going
about
in
it?
front office,
Nothing.
yeah.
You're
Do you
going to do
wanna
nothing.
So, but words of advice, stay away because
Words
members of
of
the public
yeah, we don't
feeling
care.
harassed.
We don't care,
All
mate.
right.
We're not harassing nobody.
So,
we're not harassing nobody, mate.
I'm
so we
asking
don't
you to
care.
stay away.
I
I'm
feel
giving you
harassed by
those
you
words
now.
of
You're
advice.
harassing me now.
I don't need your advice, mate.
Okay,
Go
if we
away.
need to speak to you again, we will do,
You're
gents.
dismissed, guys.
Appreciate your time.
Nice.
Thank
You're
you.
dismissed.
Have
Bye-bye.
a lovely day.
Bye-bye.
Have a lovely day.
We're going to go in
guys.
front counter now, yeah? After the situation, we did our usual thing and we spoke to H&K solicitors. And H&K solicitors, like in Barton, they dealt with everything. And I got a nice £1,000 payout from Humberside Police. Big up to Lee Freeman. What a legend.
They leave thinking they've won because they got what they wanted in the moment. Names, compliance, silence. That's always a mistake. Michael doesn't need the last word on the pavement. He lets time and process do the work. The 1,000 award isn't dramatic, but it's precise. A clean acknowledgement that the officer's interpretation of the law didn't survive scrutiny. And once again, the cost lands nowhere near the people who caused it. The officers go back on shift unchanged while the public bankrolls a lesson they refuse to learn on the street. That's why this keeps happening. When the consequence of abusing powers is absorbed by the force as a faceless payout, there's no incentive to improve decision-making. If even a fraction of these awards follow the officer financially or professionally, Section 50 wouldn't be thrown around so casually. What makes this episode stand out isn't just a misuse of power, but how casually it was done. There's no urgency, no chaos, no genuine threat. Just officers comfortable escalating because they assume there will be no consequence. They rely on the idea that most people will back down, hand over details, and walk away quietly. Michael didn't. He let the process run its full course. And when it did, the officer's version of events couldn't survive outside the street where it was created. And a lot of you have said the same thing in the comments. This only keeps happening because the consequences are too soft. I agree. When unlawful behavior results in nothing more than a payout absorbed by the force, there's no corrective pressure. Real change comes when misuse of powers affects careers progression and personal accountability. Training matters, yes, but consequences change behavior. Until officers know that abusing legislation follows them, not the taxpayer, these encounters will keep repeating. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me continue with my independent coverage. His channel is linked in the description. Show him some love. Thanks for watching.